Hello 7th class, a very good morning to all of you. I hope you are all doing well. In our previous classes, we have completed our chapter number 6, that is triangle and its properties, and we were doing extra questions from this chapter. We are going to continue with the extra questions, and if time permits, then we are going to start our new chapter also, that is congruence of triangle. So extra question number 1 of today is going to be, I'm going to write the question also. It is, in triangle PQR, if 3 thrice angle P is equal to 4 times angle Q is equal to 6 times angle R, calculate the angles of the triangle. You can make a rough figure and it will be like this: P, Q, R. Okay, and you are provided with, given is thrice angle P is equal to 4 times angle Q is equal to 6 times angle R. Now how to find the value of the angles? We know that angle P plus angle Q plus R is going to be 180. Why? Because of angle sum property of a triangle. Because of angle sum property, which implies that sum of angles of a triangle is going to be 180. Now, if I want to find out the angles, I need to write out all my angles in term of one angle. Okay, so suppose I want to find out the value of P first. So I will write my P as it is. I will try to write my angle Q in terms of angle P. Okay, I am going to write it in terms of angle P, and similarly R in terms of P. Okay, then it will be equal to 180. Now from this you can see that from this I'm doing this calculation inside the bracket. 3P is equal to 4Q. It means you can write your angle Q as equal to 3 by 4 P. What we did, we transposed this from 4 from right hand side to left hand side. Similarly, also we have to write now R in terms of P. Okay, so what we will do, also 3 times angle P is equal to 6 times angle R, implies your angle R is going to be 3 by 6 times P, or you can cancel this out. You will get angle R is equal to 1 by 2 of angle P. So we are using this. You can show this part before this here also, or you can show this part, this calculation, inside the bracket also. So you can use your Q as 3 by 4 times angle P and your R as angle P by 2, which is 1 by 2P. Okay, now I am going to rub the question. Implies your angle P plus 3 by 4 angle P plus 1 by 2 angle P is equal to 180. Now I can take this, I can add these 3 terms. Why? Because they are like terms. What I need to do, I need to add the coefficient. So coefficient is 1 here, 3 by 4 here, and 1 by 2 here. How will I calculate it? I will find out the LCM. LCM is 4. I will multiply it with 4, it with 3 as it is, and it with 2. It will be this. So it will be 6 plus 3, 9 by 4. So it is going to be 9 by 4, P is equal to 180, or you can say that angle P will be equal to 180 into 4 by 9. Okay, it will be transpose of 9 by 4. It will be this. So when we are doing cancellation, you will get 20 here. So your P is going to be 80 degree angle. Now if you know P, you can calculate Q and R. How? Your Q was 3 by 4P. Okay? We have calculated earlier also. So implies your angle Q is going to be 3 by 4 into 80, which is angle P, implies it is going to be 60 degree angle. And okay, this part is different from here. Okay. Also, now this, and also angle R is equal to angle P by 2 from here, implies it will be 80 degree by 2, that is 40 degree. So we have found out all the angles. R is 40, Q is 60 and your P is 80. So 80, 60 and 40 are the measures of the given triangle. This was your first extra question. Next one is going to be question number 2. It is check whether the following measures which are in centimeter can be sides of a right angled triangle or not. Okay, we want to check if the measures given are the sides of right angle triangle or not, and the sides are 1.5, 3.6 and 3.9. okay, we will follow our usual method. In that, what we will do, we will find out the square of each side. So 1.5 square is going to be 2.25. You can calculate and then find out, it will come out the same. 3.6 square, it is going to be 3.6 into 3.6. Six, 9, 2, 1. Okay, and decimal after 2 numbers from the right hand side, so it will be 12.96. It is going to be 12.96, and the third is going to be 3.9 ka square, which is going to be 3.9 into 3.9. This is going to be 12, 5, 1. Okay, and decimal after 2 numbers from the right hand side, it is going to be 15.21. So biggest side is this one. So if it were a right angle triangle, then the square of this side should be equal to sum of these sides. Now you will add the two smaller sides. So 1.5, not the two smaller sides, you will add the square of two smaller sides, which is going to be 2.25 plus 12.96. 12.96 plus 2.25, how you will add them? You will put decimal below decimal and then usual addition. This is going to be 11, this is going to be 12, 1, 5, 1. So this is your 15.21, which is equal to your 3.9 square. So implies yes, it will form a, these measures will form a right angled triangle. Okay, so these measures will form a right angled triangle. And if it were a question like this, that if check if the following measures can be the sides of a triangle or not, then you will use that property which says that the sum of measures of two sides is always greater than the sum greater than the third side of the triangle. You will check 3 times and you will check if it is true or not. Okay. So next question is, the height of pole is 8 meter. Okay. So next question number 3 is the height of pole. Okay. There is a pole whose height is 8 meters. Pole height is 8 meters. This is 8 meters long. Find the length of rope tied with its top from a point on ground at a distance of 6 meters. So at a distance of 6 meters from the ground, a rope is tied, which is tied here to the top of this pole and this here. Okay, and you have to find out the length of the rope. So AB is equal to 6 meters, BC is equal to 8 meters, and AC, which is length of rope, this we need to find out. Okay, so now pole will make a right angle triangle. Pole will make a right angle with the ground. Okay, so angle ABC is right angled triangle at B. Why? Because the pole will make a 90-degree angle with the ground. Implies according to, or you can say according to Pythagoras theorem, AC square will be equal to, hypotenuse is going to be which side? Opposite to the 90-degree angle. So this is going to be hypotenuse. So AC square is going to be AB square plus BC square. It means it is going to be 6 square plus 8 square. 64 plus 36 is going to be 100. Implies your AC will be square root of 100, which is going to be 10 meters. Okay, so 10 meter, because negative will be discarded. The length of rope cannot be in negative integers. Cannot be an negative integers. So this is going to be 10 meters. This is going to be answer, and this is going to be the length of the rope. Now next is the length of two sides of isosceles triangle are this. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Okay, question number 4. The length of two sides of isosceles triangle. Isosceles triangle is like this. Okay, this is this. So ABC, suppose. So length of two sides of isosceles triangle ABC are here 9 centimeter and 20 centimeter. Okay, you have to find out the perimeter. Now see that two sides are going to be equal. Suppose these two sides are equal. Now we don't know whether the measurement of AB is equal to 9 centimeter or is it 20 centimeter. So we are going to take the both possibility. Suppose case 1 and case 2. Okay, there are going to be only two cases. First, if AB is equal to AC is equal to 9 centimeter and here BC is equal to 20 centimeter. Okay, if it is true, then the sum of two sides should be greater than the sum of third side. Okay, implies the sum of measures of two sides should always be greater than the third side. Okay. But what is happening? If you are adding AB plus AC, you are getting 9 plus 9, it is 18, and it is less than your BC. Implies ABC will not be a triangle. Will not be a triangle in this case. Okay. So this is not a feasibility. This is not a feasibility. We are going to ignore it. Okay. So case 2 is AB is equal to AC is equal to 20 centimeters and your BC is equal to 9 centimeters. Okay. So now you can check that now AB plus BC is equal to 29 is greater than AC. Similarly, AB plus AC, which is also 29, is greater than AB, and the other two sides are going to be BC and AC. Okay, AB plus AC is going to be 40. Then BC plus AC, BC and AC are going to be 29, which is greater than your AB. Okay, implies triangle ABC is valid, and you can find out the perimeter for this one. So I am going to find out the perimeter. So perimeter of triangle ABC is going to be AB plus BC plus CA, which is going to be 20 plus 9 plus 20, which is going to be 49 centimeters. Okay, this is your answer. So this is how you are going to check if the question is like this. So I am going to write the question also. Question was the length of two sides of an isosceles triangle are 9 centimeter and 20 centimeter. What is perimeter of triangle ABC? And you have to give reasons also. Okay. So the question is, I am repeating again because it might not be visible. I have written that the question is the lengths of two sides of an isosceles triangle are 9 centimeter and 20 centimeter. What is the perimeter of triangle ABC and give reasons. Okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to make an isosceles triangle. We don't know which sides are the two equal sides. So we will consider both the possibilities. In first one, we will take AB and AC to be 9, and in same case we will take AB and AC as 20. So when we are taking AB and AC as 9, the third side will be 20, and you will, because we have a property that sum of two sides of triangle should be greater than the third side. But when we are checking it, AB plus AC, which is 9 plus 9, 18, is less than 20. It means this will not be a triangle. With this measurements, we cannot form a triangle. So we will move on to the next case, which is AB and AC is equal to 20. We will all the three combination and see if the triangle is possible or not. We see that the triangle is valid. In that case, you will find out the perimeter, which is sum of all sides, and it will be 49 centimeter. So next question is our okay. Next question is our question number 6. It says that, I'm going to write the question first. Points A and B are on the opposite edges of a pond. Okay. To find the distance between 2 points are A and B, the surveyor makes a right angled triangle, okay, as shown in the figure. You have to find the distance AB. Okay, and the figure is like this. Okay, so we have a pond in which A and B are on the opposite edges. Okay, so this is A, this is B, and we are making a right angle triangle like this. Okay, this is your 90-degree angle. This is your point C, and this is your point D, and this is 30 meters, this is 40 meters, and this much is 12 meters. Okay, this is given to you. Now we have to find out the distance AB. You see that the question looks a bit complicated. It looks a bit complicated, but it's quite easy to solve. Why? You are seeing a right angle triangle, and you are seeing that you are given provided with two sides. You have to calculate AB, but part of AC, which is the side, which is the leg of right angle triangle, is given to you. So if you know two sides, you can calculate by Pythagoras theorem the third side, which is AC. If you have calculated the AC, after that BC is given to you. You can subtract BC from AC and you will get the length of AB, and which is the required length. So I am going to rub this question now. The question is, the points A and B are on the opposite edges of pond. To find the distance between 2 points, the surveyor makes a right angle triangle as shown in the figure. You have to find the distance AB. Okay. So in triangle ADC, okay, in triangle ADC, this is your 90-degree angle, so this is going to be hypotenuse. So AC square is equal to AD square plus CD square. Now AC square will be equal to AD is your 30 and your CD is 40. 30 square is going to be 900 and it is going to be 1600, which is going to be 2500 AC square. implies your AC will be square root of 2500, which is going to be AC is equal to 50. Okay, 50 meter. Now your AC is equal to your AB plus BC. Implies this is equal to 50 meters. Now AB we have to find out, plus what BC is 12 meter. Implies your AB will be 50 minus 12, which is going to be 38 meters. So the length required of us is going to be 38 meters. Next question is, two poles of 10 meter and 15 meters stand upright on a plain ground. If the distance between the tops is this, and the distance between their feet. I'm going to write the question. I'm going to erase this one. Next question is, I forgot the question number. Two poles of 10 meter and 15 meter stand upright on a plain ground if the distance between the top is 13 meter, find the distance between their feet. Okay, first we will try to make the figure. Okay, we will try to make a rough figure for this. There are two poles, 10 meter and 15 meter. So one is a bit smaller and one is a bit larger, like this. They are standing on a plain ground. Okay, if the distance between their tops, the top of this one is this and the top one of this one is which one? Which is your, this is your 13 meter. So this is 13 meter. And the height of poles is, the height of this one is 10 meter, the smaller one. And the height of the longer one is 15 meters, this one. Okay. You have to find the distance between the foot. So we have to find out, suppose this is AB. So we have to find out AB. And we are going to name the points now. This is A, B, suppose this is C, this is D. Now we need a right angle triangle for this. What I will do, we will draw a line parallel to AB from this point C. Okay, we will draw a line parallel to AB from this point C, which will be like this. Okay, this line is, suppose CE. We are doing the construction CE parallel to AB. Now this angle is 90 degree. Why? Because poles are standing upright on the ground, so they are forming a 90 degree angle. Implies this angle, which is DEC, which is corresponding to this angle, will also be 90 degree. Okay, implies that this triangle is 90 degree angle, and from the calculation we will try to find out CE. So whatever the measure of C we got, the same measure AB is going to have. So So first we are going to make the construction. Draw CE parallel to AB. Okay. Now angle DEC, this is E, DEC is equal to angle DBA. Why? Corresponding angles are equal. Implies your DEC is equal to 90 degree. Now we have to find out the length of DE, because in triangle DEC we need the length of DE. Now AB is equal to 15 and CA BE, which is equal to CA, is equal to 10 meters. Okay, implies, I'm going to erase the question. Implies your DE, which is AB minus BE, will be 15 minus 10, that is 5 meters. Now in right angle triangle DEC, CD square is equal to CE square plus DE square. CD is 15, CE is we have to find out, and DE is 5, we have to find out from here, square. I'm going to rub this one. This is 225 is equal to CE plus 25. Implies your CE square is equal to 200 and CE is square root of 200. Okay. Or you can say CE is your 10 root 2, 10 into 1.10 into square root of 2, and square root of 2 is 1.414. This is going to be 14.14 meters. Okay. Now AB is equal to CE by construction, implies AB is equal to 14.14 meters, and this was required. So this is the answer. So with this we are going to complete the class for today. We are going to conclude the class for today. Tomorrow we are going to meet again and start with the new chapter, that is congruence of triangles. Have a nice day.